with that out of the way, let's go right ahead and talk about the Olympic matchups and who ended up winning the gold. This was a very great Olympics. It's been a while since I followed the Olympics this intensely, so I'm very grateful that I was able to do this and that I got the opportunity to do this, because this Olympic team was something special. And this Olympics as a whole also was something special. So the final score of this game, the United States ended up beating the French team in this matchup. It was a pretty close game. And, the United States, they easily ended up winning. I expected them to win in this matchup between the French team, given how, they were super close to losing to Serbia, sure. But aside from that, this game was great. It's a fantastic game. Serbia also ended up beating Germany as well in the bronze medal game. And the score was 93-83 in favor of the Serbian team. It was a great matchup between the two of them, and really, the score it wasn't all that. The United States, they came in, they did what they had to do to beat the French team, and LeBron, he ended up putting a performance for the ages: 14 points, 6 rebounds, and 10 assists. Just, a phenomenal game coming in from him. And Steph Curry as well, he also ended up playing very well in this game. He really stepped up in the last 2 games for the United States in a very big way compared to how he was for a majority of the tournament. He ended up scoring 24 points, ended up getting 1 rebound as well as 5 assists. He was a different beast for the United States team when they desperately needed him to be one. And this game, it was just a great game overall. Great game from Steph, great game from LeBron, great game from Devin Booker as well, and a great game from, not a really good game from Joel Embiid, I will say, but a good game from Kevin Durant, and a great game from Anthony Davis as well. And they all played their role to the best that they could, and they got the job done. It would have been a crime if they didn't finish the way that they did, and if they didn't end up winning, because all of the scrutiny around this team and all the trash talk, I guess you could say, and all of the because there was a lot of pressure in these games for the United States assembling the team that they've assembled. They were really garnering the attention. They really put a target on their back, because every single team wanted to try and beat that team, because it's a lot of people were calling that Olympic squad one of the best Olympic squads ever assembled for the United States. And that's saying a lot, because with the way that basketball has evolved now, and from the way that it was before when the 1992 Dream Team entered the Olympics, there was a lot of pressure on this, because this team was getting compared to the Dream Team for a majority of their Olympic run, because what Michael Jordan and LeBron, they always got to get compared with each other, so it only makes sense. And a lot of people were arguing which team was better, and before even winning the gold medal, arguing which team was better is a huge risk, because if they ended up losing, if they would have lost to Serbia in that round, then all of their arguments for being one of the best Olympic teams ever assembled would have blown up right in their face. You have to go flawless if you want to be considered one of the best teams in the United States, because that's sort of the standard that all of these teams have put on themselves, and the standard that all of these American athletes are supposed to have. It's like a stimulus that you gotta have, and it's not so much because you're American, but more so because you're part of the NBA, and the NBA is often gousted as the best league for all of basketball, which it is. Everyone says it. That doesn't necessarily make it true, but it is in this case, and it's you have to win if you want to even be considered in this category for best Olympic men's team, because having LeBron, having Steph, having KD, like, you would immediately think that this team was the best team ever assembled just off of those three. I mean, those three have dominated the 2010s and are still dominating in their league today, even though it's been well over a decade since they've all been drafted. And LeBron, well over 2 decades since he's been drafted. And, I mean, the way that these guys have been playing all throughout the Olympics, it was very shaky. Like, they weren't always dominating like how the 92 Olympic Dream Team would always dominate. But then again, they faced much more competition than the 92 Dream Team ever faced. So that sort of like evens it out, I guess. And even then, they still ended up winning. There was a lot of, controversy around how they ended up winning. Obviously, benching Tatum for 2 games wasn't a very popular decision. Steve Kerr's rotations also weren't a very popular decision. So, I mean, thankfully, they ended up winning. If the United States didn't end up winning, Steve Kerr was going to get a lot of scrutiny for not being able to lead this team to an Olympic gold medal. And while we are on the topic of getting medals, Serbia did receive the bronze medal against the Germans when they were playing like really early in the morning and fighting for the 3rd place spot, and they seemed very happy after ending up getting that gold medal. Well, not the gold medal, but ending up getting that medal, because it's a great honor to represent your country, and it's a great honor to win when you finish up the Olympics. And it should also be noted that Jokic went immediately to Serbia and is watching his horse race again, so it's a happy ending for everyone. And the game, like the game between Germany, I wasn't really that excited for that game, because again, I was much more excited for the 1st place game, because you guys already know my opinion on the Olympic, on winning 3rd place in any sort of competition. I would rather not. And I mean, let me know in the comments what you guys think of this Olympic team. Do you guys think that does this make them world champions? Does this not make them world champions? Because I'm going to have a little debate on that in the 3rd segment, where I talk about the world champion debate, because it's been very popular since the United States ended up winning the gold medal, because there's a lot of beef between Noah Lyles and these NBA players. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk a little bit about that. But this is coming up in the 3rd segment. So in the 2nd segment, I'm going to talk about the FIBA MVP. LeBron ended up taking home the FIBA MVP, so I'm just going to go ahead and talk a little bit about that, my opinions on that, right after this short break. So be sure to stay tuned.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, some losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind.